Okay, in this video we are going to make a ping pong game. Okay, this is the boundary. This is your bat that you can move up and down. The ball we want to move randomly around the screen, and basically objective is to make sure that you hit the ball as many times as possible so it doesn't hit the boundary at the back. Okay, so we're going to go through this one now. So the first job that you're going to have to do is make the boundary back, the ball and the bat. I've already done those. Okay, so 3 sprites. Now we know that the bat has to go up and down, so that's the easiest part to actually code to start with, and the ball's going to be a little bit more complicated because we want it to bounce in different directions randomly around. Okay, so that's going to be obviously the move ones, which we did use in the previous video. So move up and down, this one's going to move all over the place. Okay, so as usual we want to kick everything off with the green flag being clicked, and we're going to always, because we want it to move forever all the time, looping around, so we're always going to use one of those. That's going to be the same on the ball actually. In fact, let's just do that because it's always going to be the same when clicking, and we want it to move all the time. Okay, so we've done that. Go back to the bat. Now I'm going to use the mouse to move it up and down. Now there is a different ways we can do it. Previous videos we could probably use the up and down arrow just to move it around and just use the move block. We could do that way, or I'm going to change it to the mouse this time. You can do it whichever way you want. Now we talked about this before as well. The y-axis is up and down. I only want it to go up and down. Okay, I don't want any x, so I'm only going to use this one here. And I want this to go up and down. I'm going to set y to up and down by just moving the mouse. Okay, so there's actually in here, if I go to sensing, I can use it. So it's going to go y up and down with the mouse when that goes up and down. And I'll just test that just to show you. There you go. Move the mouse up and down, it does it. Okay, and drag it down here. Okay, so that's the easy part. The bat's done already. Okay, everything is on this. There's nothing on the boundary. We're talking about the ball all the time now, because remember we said before as well, we've got to think from the ball point of view. So when the ball hits the boundary, it ends the game. When it hits the bat, we want it to fly off again. We want it to move around in different directions. So there's quite a few different things that we need to do on this. Okay, let's do this. Right, we're going to reset it. So we want it to go to a place where we want it to start every time. So remember, when the green flag's clicked, it starts off the motions. So when the green flag's clicked, I probably want it to go to that spot there, which on the coordinates is x is 147 going across. Remember, 0 is about here, so 147 going across on the x. Y 108 going up. Okay, so when the green flag's clicked, I just want it to go to those coordinates. Now I don't have to type those coordinates in, it's already got them on here, so that's fine. And then I want it to like go in any weird direction whatsoever. Okay, so I just want it to go flying off in different places. So to do that, I need it to point in different directions. So point in directions, there we go. And I want it to do it randomly. So at the moment it's going 90 degrees. So I don't want it just to do 90 degrees then, I want to do it in random angles going in whatever direction it wants to go. So obviously angles can go from 1 all the way over to 360. Okay, so that it's not doing anything in particular at the moment. It's just showing, oh, you can point in that direction or you can point in that direction. It's not actually moving at the moment. I'm going to do the move section now. So now I'm going to move. I might do less than 10 steps, I might do 5 because it's a bit quicker. And another thing to do on this one as well, if edge on bounce, that means actually now it's going to move because I put that bit in, and if it hits the edge it's just going to bounce around, so it should just fly off everywhere. It's not going to interact with the bat at the moment because I'm just in the ball motion. There you go. So as soon as it hits the edge, it should just do random weird angles. Weirdly it's just going, there you go. Works quite nice. Okay, so I've got to do the interactions of what the ball is doing when it hits the bat. Okay, so for that then, if you remember what we did before, when the green flag's clicked we'll do a separate block. I don't want to put everything onto one, it gets a bit messy. Again, checking the stuff all the time, and this time it's going to be the condition. So if it basically hits this bat here, okay, so that was under sensing. So as soon as that touches, and I can use the sprite here, remember Scratch calls them the names anyway, so if it touches the bat, so check forever, touching the bat, the ball's checking the bat if it hits that, okay, and it can point in direction again and just bounce back off basically. So every time that you do that, so point, it's all motions, point in direction. Again, I want that to be random, so I need to get to operate as random again. So again, I can do that to 360. So it should just bounce off nicely, but it's not moving again, so I need to put the moving in a bit. There you go. Do the same speed. I don't want it to get any faster or anything when it's hit the bat in particular. Okay, so now it should work to the bat itself. So let's move it up and down, and it should fly off. There it does. Randomly 360 degrees. Still the move 5 steps. Checking it forever. There you go. Right, that's it. And then the last thing is just for it to recognise the boundary. So basically, as soon as the ball hits the boundary, again, that needs to be checking it forever. I just want it to stop everything. So it's kind of similar to this one here a lot. Okay, so when the green flag's clicked, forever, and then the if. Now this one's if it's touching the boundary. So the sensing again, so wherever the sensing stuff is, so touching and the boundary. I remember I didn't. You might have to call these names again. If you need to call them those names, there it is. Remember, you want to be clicking on the board to make sure you're programming that bit. And then all I want it to do is just finish, and there is a stop all. Stop all. There you go. Done. Okay, so as soon as the ball, checking forever, if it touches the boundary, it stops everything. Now there are other things you can do. Obviously, you don't have to have a ball in particular. You can change the creative, you can be as creative as possible. You can do a different type of bat. You can have 2-player. You can do it on the keyboard if you so wish. You don't have to be doing the actual go to the bat. You don't have to be doing it on the mouse itself. You can just do move, and you can move it up coordinates, pointing direction, or you can do it an X and Y. Well, the Y axis going up and down. So you can do move on the Y 10 or -10 if you want it to go downwards. We did that in the other tutorials as well. So there's different things you can do. Obviously, if you're doing keyboard actual keys, then you can have 2-player. Then you can have another boundary over here. Okay, so you can make it more complicated and have a 2-player thing. Okay, thank you very much.